Brainstorm, a comedy game design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Trev Scott, and with me, as always, is the wonderful Ben Slater.
Hello. How's it going?
It's not like this is the third episode that we're recording in a short amount of time.
What are we doing tonight?
Tonight we're going to do What Three Words because we're just rotating through our...
We're running through the hits.
Running through the hits week after week, running through the hits so that we don't get.
We have some
if we did happen to be recording it in one night, then we're getting a little bit of variety in.
Yeah.
So Ben, what three words?
Good question.
While you're looking for those three words, we should actually say What Three Words is a game that we play where someone amazing, probably at a company called What Three Words, has split the entire world up into like these 3-meter chunks and assigned random words to them.
Yes.
And it includes uninhabitable places. Mm-hmm. So if you're stuck in the middle of the ocean, then you still have a 3-meter chunk that you can give to the authorities if you could somehow get a signal.
That's right. But we use it for the completely useless thing of just getting prompts for words. Salads, giddily, psychosis.
Ooh, okay. Ooh. This salad first makes you giddy.
Yes.
And then makes you go absolutely crazy and murderous.
Yes.
Puts
so there's a new salad.
Sort of psychos.
There's a new salad restaurant.
Yeah. Called
anything
Sizzler. Smlessgies. I don't know. It's one of those ones that has a salad bar.
It has a salad bar. The Smlessgies salad bar.
Oh, it's a vegetarian-only Smlessgies, and what they don't realize is the meat actually always helped, curtail this whole thing. Turns out that if everyone...
Right, so the meat was the antidote to the psychotic drug that's in Smlessgies salads.
Yes, and it's actually the concentration of sneezes because they didn't have a sneeze guard there. It's the concentration of that on that salad bar that causes the psychosis.
Right. Basically, it's creating a primordial soup that has allowed for faster evolution
mutations.
Of these viruses and bacteria to grow.
Viruses and bacteria. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that the smell of the meat actually kind of affected the way these bacteria actually went. Yeah, but given that there's no meat in this place,
and they drowned.
Yeah. There's a reason why Doug Smlessgy, the original owner of Smlessgies, why he had in his manual that you always had to have meat near it. But they didn't have that page of the manual when they created.
That's it. And, Doug Smlessgy's been dead for a couple of decades now while his legacy lives on, and he sort of wasn't, they haven't been holding up the old ways as well because they've been trying to diversify.
As far as everyone was concerned, Smlessgies just wasn't around anymore. Like, the bistro went away.
Yeah, well, except I think this should be the alternate history, the inarguably
correct history
where Smlessgies did not die out and Smlessgies is a beloved chain.
Is a beloved chain that there's a dessert bar, there's all you can eat meat.
You've got the full Smlessgies where everything's fine.
But the only thing is they forgot to put a sneeze guard on, and that's on these salads.
Well, and again, like we said, it's only in the veggie Smlessgies.
Yeah.
That it's a problem. And so
Smlessgies with a star, and that star is no meat here.
Like an asterisk. Yeah.
Asterisk.
Smlessgies asterisk. Or maybe think like quotations. Smlessgies. Air quotes.
Yeah, air quotes. Yeah. Can you hear those air quotes that we're putting around Smlessgies?
It's the subset. It's Smlessgies.
Yes, it's Smlessgies. And if that's not the name of this episode, then I don't know what I did.
So, do you work for like a health inspector or something? Maybe like you're trying to figure out. You're tracking down. Maybe you don't know that it's originating at Smlessgies to begin with. You know that it's almost a detective thing, but from a CDC kind of or like a health inspector situation where you're like, these people are coming from somewhere and you actually have to like trace down their different paths from where they've eaten and how long the incubation periods are.
Okay. Yep. Oh, I'm just trying to think. Are you an undercover agent from like, I don't know, some sort of
the food safety
environmental protection agency or
well, this would be different. I don't think this is another Steven Seagal vehicle like last week.
No, it's a Van Damme vehicle.
I think this is the other big action star who was definitely put into roles that didn't suit him just so he could kick some butt. So yeah, Van Damme comes as this health inspector
from Brussels, and he's got some muscles.
Yeah, but by muscles we mean like the
seafood.
Yeah, seafood.
Because it turns out that it's actually the muscles from Brussels that actually save everyone, but it's literally just these muscles from
they've got
from this small little town
got the
in
particular
Brussels.
compound needed to
turn these people away from being psychotic zombified vegans into non-zombified.
The whole
vegans.
thing is a parable for it's actually the meat lobby has funded the whole game.
It's just meat in moderation. Like
it's like those old red meat ads.
And the sequel actually goes to show that in the other Smlessgies place that had
just meat.
That was just meat.
Smlessgies.
Smlessgies. In Smlessgies, then it turns out that only meat is too much of a bad thing as well. Like,
but in that case, they did still become zombies, but like the opposite sort of zombie because they just were so weighed down with meat that
they all have
kind of
meat sweats, continuously,
They-
and they're all wearing tracksuit pants because they're, you know,
Yeah, so you got to have that stretch.
Yeah. And for some reason, Smlessgies and
Smlessgies and Smlessgies, yeah.
For some reason, neither of them had a dessert bar.
Ooh.
And in the third, like the final one, where it's just literally the dessert bar, so it's Smlessgies.
Like, because it's great?
Because it's great.
Okay.
It's nothing happens.
Smlessgies.
Nothing actually happens because it's a great idea.
Because
all you
amazing.
can eat dessert. Like,
There's
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pancakes, I mean, it's literally pancake parlor just with all you can eat.
It's a buffet, pancake buffet.
Oh, why doesn't that exist?
Yeah, pancakes are cheap. Like, they should definitely have a pancake buffet.
Just someone make it, motherfucker. Like,
this episode brought to you by My Taste Buds. Hey, Trevor, what 3 words?
Conjure,
God, I'm so
unclasped, explore.
Ooh. Okay. There's some good words.
There's some good words in there.
So I feel like this is someone finding a gateway into some sort of magical realm by like unclasping the cover of a book or something.
Yeah. Ooh, it's literally a magic book because, you know, conjure and all that sort of stuff. You unclasp it and it literally opens up this gateway into this magical
But
kingdom.
it's only as big as the book, so you have to really squeeze.
Ooh, I kind of like the idea that you find it as a kid. And so as a kid, you can easily get in there because...
Oh, that's cool. Okay, it's one of these things where
it's set over many years and you keep on going back to your grandparents.
Well, I was almost thinking that
every summer or something like that.
You start with them as a adult, like in their 20s or something, and they have these memories of this game that they played as a kid.
Yeah.
But it turns out like it was actually real, and they maybe rediscover this book. They find this book, and the gateway opens, and they're like, "Oh shit, it was all real." But they can't fucking fit in.
Fucking fit in.
And then the whole thing's actually just like it's an exercise game to encourage you to lose weight. No. No, I think that maybe it's about you're trying to find another gateway then to make your way back in. And we maybe cut back to flashbacks of the childhood of your adventures and what happened in there. And maybe you're like communicating. You've got a Mr. Tumnus-esque character on the other side.
Yes. Yes.
That you're able to communicate with now in the present time as an adult by passing things through.
Because I've got an iPhone.
You just pass your iPhone through. You pass them through an iPhone. They're sending you selfies.
It's like you gave me a walkie-talkie many years ago, but then, we realized that, hey, look, you got these iPhone things now, so.
As long as the book is open, I've got bars.
Oh, God, you opened it again. I need to check Twitter. Oh, fuck.
5G travels across dimensions, don't you know? That was Bill Gates' design. With his
originally called it 5D, and then he realized, people may ask what the D's.
Yeah.
So they just substitute it with a G.
Yeah.
But we all know what it means.
Yeah, fifth dimension.
Yeah.
I like this. I like this returning to your childhood thing. I think they're a disillusioned, 20-something trying to find the joy of
trying to find
youth.
themselves. Like maybe they've just been fired from like their first job, and
it's
cost
one of those
things
crisis, rental crisis. The world's going to shit. They want to go back to the happy days that they remember when they played games as a kid. But it turns out that those games were real, and there is a real place called...
And it's in trouble.
Yeah, of course. And they need a human to come through and save it once you can fit.
Yes. And it turns out all you need to do was, it's, the pinch to zoom or whatever. You could just zoom.
On the page.
On the page, it opens it up a bit.
That doesn't make sense.
They can grab it and just stretch it. Like they didn't realize over the many years that
maybe you figure out that you can like project the pages or something
onto the wall.
Yeah, like you can project them bigger. That could be an interesting gameplay mechanic. That based on the size of the projection, you come into the other world a different size or a different age. Maybe it's that you come in as a kid if you projected the door large enough or something. I don't
know. You come in at your relative height.
Yeah, you're just yourself. You're just little.
I know. I think we're too stuck on the idea that. We had you can't get in, but I know I want to be able to say that they come back and they realize that, oh no, everything.
Yeah. I think that not being able to get in is just a temporary setback. And then you find a way to, like there's another book or there's another, like whoever you're communicating with on the other side tells you, there are other ways in. There's the secret door that's that when you open the graffiti on the wall behind the
use this key and they pass the key through and you pick up the key.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause I love the idea of this thing being in, first person, being the 3D and all this sort of stuff. I think this is ripe for like virtual reality.
Okay.
There's something about being able to reach your hand inside like
that is
a portal.
Cool. And your hand disappears, like you can no longer see it.
Like you look on the other side, and your hand is all the way into this damn book.
Yes, that's cool. I wonder if you could use I don't know how well this would work. I wonder if you could use haptic feedback while you're in there. Like you have to find something by moving your hand around.
Oh yeah,
that sort of thing. Like when you need to grab something out, that could be cool.
Especially if you're just looking for the lever, because it's like, oh no, if you just reach in and you can pull this lever and it'll just open up the portal a little bit more. And
right.
So
it just grows into a big door. Yeah,
sucks you up, and then the book closes.
Yeah, which you don't see because you're inside it. And it's VR.
Yeah, but the portal's now gone, so
right.
You're now inside. You're now inside.
And you have to find a different way back.
Yeah, and this is where the other doors and stuff in the house happen.
That's cool.
Oh, I love the idea that by the end of it, like you're running through this, your old grandparents' place. You know, opening up a door with his key, closing the door, opening up another one, and it opens up into a different area of that, just passing through.
Some cool, like, Portal, not Portal the game, but just like Portal the technology of opening doors into other places that.
And if you take the key out, then you open up and you can enter into the closet that this portal had replaced. And,
So, I mean, I think this is obviously a very Narnia inspired kind of situation, but I think, we want to shake things up a bit. What is the world like in there? Is it, what was it? Well, A, what was it like when you were a kid? And B, what has changed and what is the trouble?
I think when you first went in, it was rather magical and all this sort of stuff. But I think as you've become a little bit more jaded with growing older and all that sort of stuff, like it's maybe a little bit more oppressive.
Well, and to shift
when you
things
first
up,
go in,
I think
because it's actually like maybe reacting to your psyche. Like it's actually, this is a world within yourself. And as you learn to lighten up a bit,
well, and can we move away
break
from
down the cracks
some of the things, some of the tropes of this where, usually it's kind of a fantasy world, low tech kind of thing, and maybe go a bit more of a Tomorrowland kind of situation where it's actually like a utopia, like a futuristic utopia. And when you were a kid, it was all this amazing technology that was there. And I think you do have different types of people, and maybe it's like different species, like alien races and things or something like that, or robots or whatever. But yes, when you get there as an adult, now it's like run down. Now it's a bit more of a Blade Runner-y, it's like a more dystopic
neon,
kind of
always
ultra-capitalist, hellhole. Downtrodden people in the slums.
But as you start helping out these different areas, like things just start brightening up, and like I don't know, it's actually you start to notice as you start feeling better than the whole world actually. And by the end of it, it's just an allegory as you getting yourself out of the funk that you're actually in. Yeah,
absolutely. And we can keep it, we can go as subtle or as obvious as we like with that and draw the parallels in the writing. But,
especially, if you actually have, one of the characters that you're talking to most of the time is Con. But it turns out that his full name is Conscience or something like that. And it's like, he's always,
it all started going downhill when the big man about town took over that damn depression. Mr. Depression, we call him.
We just call him Mr. D.
Mr. D. The big D.
He really gives us the D.
He really fucks us over with his D.
Giant D.
Just deep D. Just
manic D.
I'm just constantly feeling deep D. Depression.
It's manic depression. Yep.
Yeah.
It's just manic D.
Just short it to Mandy. Not Mandy, like the name. I was going like man dick. Anyway.
Man, what 3 words?
Camp Tarantulas Windbreakers.
Okay.
I think this is a summer camp called Camp Tarantula.
Yeah. 4 spiders.
4 spiders, yes. That's great. I am definitely yes-ending that one.
Because that's actually kind of cool.
And they've got their like nice windbreakers with the camp, logo on it and the 6 armholes.
Yep. Because, of course, all spiders have 2 legs for walking and 6 for other activities.
There's so many arms for activities.
You could be a one-man band. one guitar, one bass, and two drums.
Band. What is this? Is this just a generic summer camp? Is it got a focus for the type? Is this like are we going like a classic American summer camp, wet hot American summer style?
I think it's got to be a classic, American
Friday
summer
the 13th,
camp.
Yeah.
But you're an Australian spider who's gone across.
You're a redback or a huntsman?
Yeah, you're a redback, or a huntsman. Like, I don't know.
I like a redback. A redback feels more friendly somehow.
It does. I don't know why. Really poisonous.
Like they're more dangerous, but feels friendlier.
But I think these are cartoon spiders. They're not like.
Although
they're really cute. They're really cute.
I'm kind of amused by the idea of like a pretty high def 3D thing, and it's these realistic looking spiders, but it's we're doing these great like animated cutscenes on their faces and stuff where they're talking with their little fucking spider mouths. We can go cartoony. Yeah.
I think fully cartoon and sort of showing that, hey, look, there's all these different spiders and they're all, trying to get together. And, I like the idea that, they're going up against another local camp, which is like a bunch of insects, and they're going to try and stop themselves from heading over to fly camp or whatever and eating everyone.
Oh, yeah, there's some real tension there. Because the spider camp keeps like setting webs up in the forest too, just for fun, but the flies keep getting caught in them.
Yeah. And of course, you being a redback, you're sort of like, you want to be in with the rest of the crowd because you think,
well, and and it's also like it's a teenage summer camp, right? So you're probably dealing with puberty and stuff. You started having
first crush.
You started having web dreams for the first time.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, web dreams.
Your spinnerets are kind of really starting to grow, larger and hairier.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much just had web dreams. That was my main thing.
Yeah,
that was proud of. But I think dealing with the teen things with spiders with the added tension of you want to physically consume the people from the insects in the other camps.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we want to go down the whole stereotypical the woman wants to kill the man after they
copulate.
Yeah. That's only certain spiders anyway, right? I don't know.
It's just the widows.
There you go.
Of which the redback is one.
Well, we're going to conveniently ignore that, or we'll just make some clever jokes about it. They've gotten past there.
It's just one of the classes. Now, for all you widow spiders out there, just remember, after you copulate with your mate, you bite their head off.
No, I think they're trying to teach not to. It's like getting past their instinctual.
You're going to want to bite their head off? Don't.
Yeah. Yeah. We're civilized now.
We're in the civilized society. In fact, we've got, everyone line up for some bug juice because that is a thing that gets served at American camps. And
that's a real thing.
This is actually, still fake stuff. It turns out that in this world, to make sure that, all the different populations out there get to survive, it's all fake stuff.
It's like True Blood or whatever.
Yeah.
Where they had the True Blood that wasn't it like
which wasn't
True
True
something?
Blood.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, bug juice.
Bug juice.
That's cool. And I like this as, I'm picturing, and this is probably just because of the summer camp thing as well, but a Psychonauts vibe.
Yeah.
Kind of a bit of platforming stuff, particularly with your webs and things could be really fun.
Fuck yeah.
And then, having some great little story beats in there with your fellow spiders and the other campers from the other camps.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Last one, hopefully.
I think so. What 3 words, Trevor?
Lifeless, cradled, wintertime.
Ooh.
There's some good words.
Yeah.
They evoke an emotion.
What 3 words often gives some evocative prompts? It's nice.
Yeah.
For a change.
Okay,
cradled in the wintertime. Someone lifelessly cradling someone in the wintertime. That just gives, like It's almost like that's the final scene or the opening scene of the game.
The
or
opening
something.
scene of
someone carrying someone's lifeless body through a blizzard, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, yep, that's me. How did I get myself into this wacky situation?
And it turns out you're actually the body.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you're the body. Yeah. And then it goes into like a upbeat teen movie-esque song
thing with an ending akin to like 127 hours or whatever. But
it goes super dark.
More the Donner Party and like.
Actually, I kind of like that, starting from this really upbeat, lighthearted teen or like college vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that somehow this is going to end up with someone carrying your lifeless body through a blizzard. And
yep, that's me, the lifeless body that you see being dragged through the snow.
Dragged through the snow, yep. But you might be wondering how I got here. Well, it all started on my first day at a new school. I don't know why Monkey Wrench is my go-to there. But it seems to fit.
It does.
Okay. I don't know any of the words. Don't wanna be a monkey wrench. All right.
Ended up lifeless and cradled.
So, okay, how does this play out then? And I mean, we don't need to do the whole like storyline throughput, but how does this get presented to the player, and what sort of game play are we talking here?
I think this game is all about like snowboarding.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
So I like the idea that, you know, this first year, like the big thing coming up is the winter trip, and it's where they go on camp and they all go, skiing or snowboarding, either one. I love the idea.
I'm sure they'd call it the ski trip.
Yeah. Or the snow trip. It doesn't really matter. And it's you and your best mate, and
yeah, I think you've started at this new school. You know, you've made a few friends. You've crossed the bully at least once, and like there's some tension there, in the very classic, you know, high school or college way.
Okay, in a big twist, the person dragging you through the snow, and saving your life is the bully.
Yeah. I think
there's something about that
I think though that's not revealed. Like, I think when you see it initially, they're in silhouette. Like, you don't know who it is, and they've got like they're rugged up and whatever. And then at different points after you've met this person, there will be a point where we reveal that scene again. Maybe it's like it might be another flash forward of it, but you know, they come into the light of the moon or whatever, and
they've just beaten the crap out of you, and it's like, don't worry, dog, I'm gonna save you. And it's like, just seeing the juxtaposition of
that's cool. I like that sort of.
So
it's not even foreshadowing; it's like post-shadowing. You know that it's going to end up in this place, but how are we going to get there?
Yeah, and just the fact that you've just had your ass kicked on your first day by this bully.
Yeah,
and then they're the ones who's actually saving you. It's like, I know, it's a head fuck, right?
Yeah, the fucking voiceover.
And just playing around with some of those tropes of. You know,
I really like that tone for that sort of game.
But I do like the idea that you know, you aren't actually lifeless. Like you do actually make it back. The bully pulls you back to civilization, and you know, you both end up in the hospital. Yeah, little frostbitten in places, but you're both going to be okay.
You're going to be okay. It's all right, Doug. You're fine. Cool. I like that. That's cool. That's cool.
And yeah, you could have some little visual novel things. You can have some like steep-ish
snowboarding
gameplay.
Mini games. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And just, I like the idea of, you know, your best mate dares you to go down the Black Diamond run.
Yeah, so I mean, you could
gets away and you crash, and then the bully happens to see you crash, and he's the one who's come and saved you. And
I think you probably want to go even more dramatic than that somehow. Like, I don't know, there's some shit goes down and you end up chasing someone through the woods or something, and whatever it is. It feels a bit dumb.
There's an undercover EPA agent.
They've been tailing you. It's why you had to move schools. They've been hunting you down.
they've been tracking. Your family because you were involved in
it's not so
growing Christmas trees.
We've done the EPA, we've done the health inspector. I think in this case, it's like someone working at the library or something. And it's who's playing them?
You've got an overdue library book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're stalking you everywhere.
It's fucking Victoria knowledge.
Oh my God.
Played by who's a good fucking action star that's a woman. Who would be a good? I'm trying to think of one from like the 90s to be in line with the others, but I can't. I'm drawing a blank.
Even a Scarlett Johansson could be quite good as a.
Yeah. It's telling. It's telling that I can't think of enough.
I mean, Gina Davis.
Oh yeah. That'd work well, actually. That's probably a better pull.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Gina Davis is Victoria knowledge. This was a Victoria knowledge mystery the whole time.
Yes. A little bit of a troublesome character from what I'm remembering.
Yeah. Well, we don't have
some of those things.
We don't have to keep that stuff. Just a badass.
Victoria Knowledge is a very, very old character that I think is from the first ever episode.
Maybe the very first episode. I'm not sure. It's definitely in the first few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you listen to Bitstorm episode 1.5, you'll actually find out about Victoria Knowledge right there.
Yes.
That's from episode 2 of Two Sweary Dads. That's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut. Ben. But you got to go there. It's our one and only library character, I think.
It really is.
Let's finish it up there. Thank you for joining us this week on Bitstorm. If you'd like to find all of our previous episodes, go to podchaser.com/Bitstorm. Give us a listen. Go back. Listen to those old ones, or maybe don't. I don't know.
Just keep listening to the new ones.
They're
like
fine.
there's plenty more coming out. We aren't recording three a night. Like they will keep on coming out, even though Ben happens to be in Canada.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
Probably about now.
Yeah.
Somehow we're still recording and releasing an episode every single week.
And we will continue to do so.
Until he leaves.
Until one of us dies. And then it's going to be a Paul Blart Mall Cop situation. Till death do us Blart, one of our kids will take over.
Yes, that's the plan. Okay, and if you like the song that we play at the start and end of each episode, that song is called Mad Defiance off of the album Containment Failure by the band Kuradust. Go check it out.
That's right. So thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott.
And I'm a huntsman in a jacket. It's fine. I'm friendly.
Cool.
Yeah, that's...